Hi everyone, my name's Hannah Drury. I was born in Lexington and raised in a small town about 30 minutes from there. I still live in the same general area today. This is my first semester of the Heritage Resources Administration Master's Program. I'm taking this course because it's an elective, and I'm also going to echo Kelsey's sentiments by saying this is definitely the side I'm much more interested in as opposed to the public administration side. And I just really wanted to start off with things that I enjoyed. In undergrad, one of my minors was anthropology, and that was another reason in reading the description, this course sounded very anthropological in nature, and so I'm hoping to get to expand on that knowledge base as well. I would have to say my favorite cultural landscape, like Casey, is probably where I grew up. It's defined largely by the tobacco industry, or rather the sudden departure of it. And what I mean by that is you go down any given road in my hometown, you're going to see tobacco barn after tobacco barn that are essentially just falling apart. They have gaping holes in the sides. They've got roofs torn off. There may be an abandoned house alongside it. There may be a herd of cattle out and about. And even though it is a very sad landscape, I would say it is my favorite because more than any other landscape that came to mind, it has a very intimate human element to me, and that's because any person I might have a conversation with at home today could tell me a story about that point in time and what their part was in it. Both of my parents spent their childhoods raising tobacco, as did my grandparents, and pretty much everyone I know. And so my childhood was spent largely listening to those stories that they would tell. And I attribute that to me wanting to get my BA in history, because I love hearing stories about the past. And so that's why it's special to me. I think Devil's Postpile ties in with my understanding and my chosen landscape in several ways, but most importantly, how the implementation of agricultural practices kind of lays the foundation for other cultural events that may occur. In my case, raising tobacco in Devil's Postpile, the beginning of the video discussed how indigenous peoples implemented agricultural practices, and that kind of, spurs on the occurrence of other cultural events as well. This kind of made me curious about something, and if anyone has a take on it, I'd love to hear it. Maybe it's something we'll cover as we move through the class content, but I was wondering if there is a rule of thumb in terms of how much time needs to pass in order for a place to be given the designation of a cultural landscape. Because at Devil's Postpile, this has taken place over many generations. In my case, like I said, most of it is still in living memory. And so I just wondered if, since it's historically so young, I would argue that we probably haven't really seen the actual effects of that cultural event take root yet. And so does it even count? Is it correct? There's just a question I had. I wonder. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to working with all of you all, and I wish you the best of luck.